we know roles in the family as the role of the father, the role of a mother, brother, sister, daughter, grandma, uncle, aunt, but hello everyone, this is CHEERLEADER, aka the Storybook Lady, as I like to call myself, aka Blossom Kids Corner, and you are welcome back to a wonderful session. Today, the topic on the hot plate is family roles. What are family roles? We know roles in the family as the role of the father, the role of a mother, brother, sister, daughter, grandma, uncle, aunt, but these are the basic family roles. Now we're going to be discussing roles, characters, or attitudes or attributes that exist and coexist in a family. So family roles are recurrent patterns of behavior by which individuals fulfill family functions and needs. Individual family members can occupy multiple roles in the family. For example, one person could be a child, also be a sibling, and be a grandchild. So in a family, that person is occupying 3 roles. Alright, so that's the basic definition of family roles. Now, these roles determine how we interact with each other in order to create and maintain balance in the family. I have about 14 different roles that we're going to talk about. And at the end of this video, I want us to look at ourselves individually and analyze the roles we occupy in our families and how it has affected us positively or negatively. It's not subject to children. In fact, we as parents, we can actually look at ourselves and try to reflect on our youth and see how these roles have actually played out or shaped or fashioned our lives as adults. We have the hero. The hero is said to be the good and the responsible child, the pride of the family, the goal-oriented and self-disciplined one, but they lack the ability to play and to follow others. This is because they want to always be in everybody's good books. They want to be seen as the picture-perfect child. So those ones in the family are termed the heroes. Then we have the rescuer. The rescuer takes care of others' needs and emotions. Sometimes they use helping others as a source of relief from their own anxiety and their own issues. They don't react well with negative response because they are always wanting to rescue people, so they don't always cope well when something bad happens. They live with a lot of guilt, always second-guessing themselves and how to save people out of other situations, and they tend not to focus on themselves. Because they are more self-centered, they think about other people more, so they always, most of the time, don't think about themselves. Third, we have the mediator. The mediator wants to keep the peace of the family. He's like the buffer. He's the one that wants to make sure that nobody is quarreling. Mom and dad are quarreling. He wants to come in between. Brother and sister are quarreling. He wants to settle every beef in the family in the name of helping others. They're always reading the room. They always want to see what exactly is going on, what to make sure that they understand or they are in control of every situation that's going on in the family, and then also try to adjust or adapt accordingly. Maybe there's an existing quarrel in the family. The mediator quickly wants to get on everybody's side so that he's in between. He's on the good people's side and he's also on the bad people's side. Then fourthly, we have the scapegoat or the black sheep. Like, it's self-explanatory as it is. This person in the family always tends to need help. Every other family members believes that he needs help at every point in time. He shows obvious signs of being unable to walk through life's problems. He's that problematic one that just doesn't want to get anything done. They're always having to shout at him, do this, do that, what do you want? He always doesn't ever know what he wants to do with himself. Then we have the switchboard, who is the central information system of the family. He keeps track of who is doing what and when, and focuses on everyone else but himself. So the switchboard is almost similar to the mediator, because he wants to know or be in the know of every activity that is going on in the house, and also tends not to focus on himself because he's spending time focusing on other people. We have the power broker. They are instrumental in creating hierarchy in the family. Don't you know this person is older than you? Don't you know that person is older than you? You're not supposed to talk to your elder brother like that. You don't have respect for your elder brother. That person is called the power broker, always wanting to remind you of how old you are, how many years I'm older than you with. You understand? Don't you know he's your younger brother? Child, come on, keep quiet there. Don't you know you're a child? You're not supposed to talk when adults are talking. Always want to make sure that they highlight the fact that you are young. Then we have the lost child. The lost child is the subservient good child of the family. He's obedient but very passive, always hiding to avoid being a problem. He's easygoing and flexible, but he lacks direction, follows without questioning, feels left behind. Sometimes you can see this character in this character trait in children who have maybe a physically or a mentally sick sibling on whose attention the rest of the family focus on. Maybe either the person before him or the person after him tends to be neglected just because, don't you know your brother is not well? Can't you forfeit this because of your brother? Don't you know that he's sick? So always wanting, ready to let go of everything for the sake of that his other brother. Another scenario where you could see this kind of lost child pattern is in a family or in a very large family. If you check through, maybe a man has like 20-something children. Definitely there will be one child among those 20-something that will always seem like the lost one, who is just never, not coordinated per se, but he's just always in the shadows, just always doesn't want people to know about him. He's almost always inside. He barely goes out, barely socializes. Now that character trait is called the lost child. Then we have the clown, of which almost every family tends to have a clown, always using humor to create an air of perfection, but he or she hides her own feelings. They always want to make people laugh, but forget that they also have issues. They always try to make other people happy. They come, maybe they see their elder brother or their elder sister sad, and then they'll quickly say something that will try to cheer the person up, make the person happy. But yet nobody ever really remembers that this person too has his or her own issues that also need to be dealt with. In fact, other family members look up to such kind of person like, I wish my brother were here. He would have made us laugh. But not realizing that that brother of his also has his own personal problems. So most of the time they tend to act from a place of anxiety or trauma, but they hide it behind humor. They always hide it behind making people happy, making people laugh, seeing to the fact that everything went well. Then we have the cheerleader, who provides support and encouragement. He's a positive influence to those around. There's that one person in the family, when he enters, like what we call the life of the party, he comes into the family, hey, hello, what's going on here? And then tries to just makes everywhere lively and bubbly, and so that character trait is called the cheerleader. We have the thinker. The thinker is the objective, provides objective reasoning and focus. He sees problems logically, but they find it difficult to connect emotionally. They are the critical thinkers. They look into things critically, but yet on their own, in their own personal problems, they always tend to find it difficult to connect emotionally, because even when it comes to relationship or their emotions, they are actually criticizing and thinking it through to make sure this person doesn't have any flaws. because that's what they do. They try to make sure that every plan in the family comes out flawless. So it tends to also rub off on their relationships. We have the truth teller. The truth teller is always often avoided by others because of the power of the truth. Mommy, I will talk, don't worry. Especially in large families, you tend to see that no matter what happens, some parents will say, don't worry, I know that when Nkechi comes back, she'll tell me the truth. She always says the truth. That person is called the truth teller. Then we have the doer. The doer takes action and gets things done. Most times, the mom in the family is the doer because she tends to want to fix everybody. Like, what another name for that would be maybe the fixer-upper. She wants to fix everybody up, make sure everybody is settled, mom, dad is settled, the kids are settled. And most of the time, as young children, if they grew up being the doer per se, by the time they get to adulthood, they tend to not be able to rest. Rest now becomes like luxury to them. And then also they find it very difficult to say no, because they want to make everything perfect. They want to make sure everybody is okay. So they always tend to struggle to say no. Then we have the MATYR. The MATYR is the one that makes the rest of the family know how much he or she is having to sacrifice for everyone, by always using sarcastic comments, putting them on guilt trips, just to rub it in, maybe for every little sacrifice or for every little effort that the person puts in to achieve something in the family. They won't hear the last of it. They always keep every little thing. They always, do you know how much I spent? Do you know what it took me? Do you know how hard, how difficult it was for me to get that thing done? They always want to do that to make you feel like you owe them something. That kind of traits. Because it's not only the children, even the parents, other members of the family tend to portray these characters or these traits too. And then finally, we have what we call the golden child syndrome. The golden child syndrome is most often seen within families or parents who have a narcissist personality disorder, NPD. It's actually a legit disorder for somebody to be narcissist. Such parents often favor this child who represents all that the parents love within themselves. They pick one of their children, and those traits that they couldn't achieve as parents, and maybe they tend to see it in their children, then that child becomes the golden child. That child tends to become their all in all, their gold, their jewel, their everything, because that child is not necessarily a mirror reflection of them, but a perfect reflection of what they had in mind as parents, or what they wanted to be as parents. And most times, parents that have NPD, remember I said is narcissist personality disorder. Parents who have NPD are incredibly unstable about themselves. They have a terrible view about themselves. So any little character or trait that they see in the lives of their children, they tend to glorify it a lot. And at the end of the day, such kids may actually experience abuse by the hand of that parent, all under the shadow of love. I love you, so I will beat you up. You're not supposed to say anything. I'm supposed to pick a girlfriend for you. I'm supposed to pick a wife for you. I'm supposed to tell you the course you will study in school. I'm supposed to tell you the university you're going to go to. All those are somewhat forms of abuse, because we have the power we have the ability to think for ourselves. So when that parent wants to, no, I don't think you can do it as well as I can because I'm your parent, then that's some form of abuse. And then they have difficulty differentiating and becoming their own self, because their parents have created this monster in them and has made them see themselves in a particular way. They find it difficult to now become the real them. They always want to live that perfect life for their parents. Oh, my mom says I should do this. My mom says I should wear my hair to the right. My mom says I should pack my hair. My mom says I shouldn't wear skirts. My mom says, my dad says. and they've envisioned themselves, or they've personalized those traits or those characters in themselves, and they've told themselves a lie that that's who they are. So that kind of behavior or attitude is called the golden child syndrome. So as parents, I want us to sit back, think about it. And I wrote a what do I do now list. And I said on my what do I do now list, I said, identify your role in your family and analyze how it has affected your behavior today. Seek help if need be. If you have analyzed your role in the family and you have seen that the role you occupy is negative or has a negative effect on your life or on your present family, then if you have to seek help, you seek help. Not necessarily saying, nobody is saying you are crazy or anything, but a problem shared is a problem half solved. So instead of brooding and sitting and being sad that you've discovered something about yourself but you can't get help, make the effort. Step out of your boundaries, step out of your home zone and try to get help. And then finally, break the mold. Remember, these things have been imbibed in us over the years for a long time. So try as much as possible to break the mold and say no to a dysfunctional role or a dysfunctional lifestyle. I hope we enjoyed the video. My name is Chichi aka the Storybook Lady, as I like to call myself. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Give it a lovely thumbs up, and I'll see you again next week Saturday. And I am signing out.